Hey everybody, I'm just here doing another video tonight. I am in my bed because my back is sore and also my hair's just thrown up, and I got my Hello Kitty nails on. Aren't they cute? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Let's see. Do a little bit of that. I'm not sold on that. So I thought for this video that I could do some stereotypes about Americans, and I know probably most of you that are watching my videos are Americans, so you can agree or disagree, and if you're not, that's even better, because your perspective is, honestly, if you're not an American, your perspective is probably more accurate. It's probably more accurate. Okay. Hopefully, I can't do this with these nails. Hopefully this will be a little bit of fun. Okay. Number one, they love fast food. I'm gonna say yes. It's convenient and it's common and it's popular. Sorry, I'm just loving these. I want to scratch it, but I don't like it as much without the cover on with these particular nails. But I'm gonna do a video also. Quick little side note of just like scratching and mic brushing with the nails. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna say yes to that one because a lot of fast food places, it's super convenient. People of all sizes eat at them. Doesn't mean it's healthy, but it's the truth. They're loud and opinionated. Okay, a lot of people in general are. A lot of American people are loud and opinionated. Big egos for sure, but that's everywhere, I imagine. I'm not loud. I am definitely opinionated though. So that one could go both ways. I don't really know. We're gonna let that one go 50-50. Everyone owns a gun. I don't know if I should have spelled that, but it depends on what state you're in. You know what I mean? Certain states have a much higher ownership rate. I think Alaska, Montana, Texas, they're high ownership rates in general. The attitude. Yeah, I would say Americans have, compared to other countries, from what I've learned, definitely have a more, an attitude of wanting to own one. But again, it really does depend on what state you're in. Okay. They're overly patriotic. I mean, yeah, again, it depends on what part of the country you're in for that one as well. They're obsessed with celebrities. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. I don't really know if people in Europe or Australia, or well, I separated Australia. I don't know if you guys in those countries are obsessed with celebrities, but I would say Americans are. Okay. They all drive big cars and trucks. There are a lot of big cars and trucks, so maybe. They don't like soccer, which is football outside the US. It's not as popular here, that's 100% true. People play soccer here, but don't really watch it. You know what I mean? The way they watch American football and other sports like baseball. So true. They're workaholics with no vacation time. Ugh. More vacation time would be great. I feel like I'm so used to what I get for vacation that it feels normal, but then if I hear about other countries that have more, I'm like, oh, I want that. That sounds way better. Work-life balance, more play. Sounds way better. Alright. They only speak English. Yeah, that would be true. I would say that that is true. In most of them. I mean, I know, like, when I was in New Mexico, that was not completely true. Some parts of California, Texas, close to Mexico. But in general, like, Americans speak English and are kind of snobby about it. It's something I've learned by traveling, you know, that other countries, people speak, you know, conversationally, a second language, sometimes fluently, which I think is absolutely awesome, by the way. Let's see, they tip they all love hunting? No. Certain states more so. I feel like Montana is a big state for hunting. I mean, if you're from there, you tell me if I'm right. But it's not the only one, of course. I don't know. I live in Maryland. I would not go hunting. I'm very animal sensitive. They don't care about history outside the U.S. I mean, that could be true for a lot of people that don't travel outside the U.S. There's just that like, I hate to use the word ignorance because it sounds negative, but like, you just don't know, and you just don't care about what you don't know about. It's not great, but it is a thing. I, however, care a lot about the things that happen outside the country. When I traveled to Poland in March, we got to drive like 4 hours-ish to see the Auschwitz camp. That felt, there's no really good word for it, but poignant, emotional, impactful. It felt personal, and it wasn't to me, obviously. Maybe just that human connection, that emotional connection to the past. Okay, they're bad at math. I don't know, some people are. Can't say that's an American thing, though. They loved iced drinks, even in winter. Oh my gosh, yes. Iced coffee, iced lattes, 365 days a year. That's plenty of people I know agree with that. So we'll say yes. They dress casually all the time. I mean, I say most Americans do dress casually most of the time. They don't like walking. Everything is by car. Yeah, most travel. I mean, people do walk and go hiking and stuff. But again, it really is going to depend on what state you're talking about. Things are going to vary quite a bit. They party hard in college, but become workaholics after. Oh, that's not true for everyone. I mean, I didn't get to party hard in college, even though I would have liked to. And I will work extra when needed, and I feel like it's a privilege that it's there for me, but I'm not a workaholic, and, I would do something very different if I didn't need money, even though I appreciate being of service. Does that make sense? Okay. They think every country is dangerous except their own. No. Now, that's me. I'm sure there are plenty. Again, I think American people that haven't left the United States might feel like a lot of these might be true for, And that last one is probably true for people that have not been out of the country. But I have, and I don't think that. I mean, there are certain places I've gone that I have been scared or nervous or just apprehensive to go to. But I think this country is also dangerous, and so, depending on where you are. Absolutely. Alright, let's see what else we can do while we're here. I still have some memory left, so I'm gonna try. I might have to slide the camera for a second in order to type. Because I forgot that I had put it up there. Sorry about that. You're gonna get a close-up of my face. I'd like to be able to slide it back, but okay, almost there. Let me slide it back. That's a little bit better of an angle, I think. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try to find something else to add here. I don't know why my computer's completely decided it doesn't want to work anymore at all. Let me try 15 myths. Let's see what this is. Little side note while this is loading. I filmed 2 25-minute videos that I did not post. One of them because the Yeti audio cord was going in and out the whole time and I did not notice. The other one because Hannibal was being disruptive. So I feel like I've done content, but I haven't actually really. I think I posted a little funny 10 or 11 minute thing where Hannibal was interrupting me. something like that, but you can't really start as a case manager, you know, out of nursing school, I don't think. I mean, if you can, somebody educate me. But yeah, even in psych, we have to draw blood at times, start IVs, you know, whoever's trained. So, you know, you might see blood. Number 12. Men don't become nurses. Oh, that's not true. We have so many men. I think in the past that was probably true, but not anymore. Advanced practice has seen an increase in CRNAs and anesthesiology. Like higher, like a number of men. We have like half of our nursing staff is men. Number 11, nursing is a safe job. Nursing is not the most dangerous job, of course, but there are hazards. There are hazards coming into things like MRSA, C. diff, also needle stick risks, occasional. Here it says occasional violent patient, but you know we work in psych, so it's not occasional. So it is a lot more risky, I think, than people think it is. Number 10. All nurses work in hospitals. It's true that hospitals make up a large sector of nursing employment, but there's school nurses, educators, instructors at colleges, home health, travel nurses. There's a lot of other ways to be a nurse. Oh my goodness, this one's so silly and dumb. Number 9, all nurses marry doctors. It's a funny stereotype and myth that is portrayed on TV and in the movies, but this is obviously just not true in real life. There are nurses that marry nurses, and nurses that marry nurse practitioners. That I've seen. All nurses do the same kind of work. We've already talked about that one. Absolutely not. You know, there's the ER, fast-paced, chaotic, and then there's like the ICU where it's more like intense in a different way, and you know, they have 2 patients because the patients are so sick. Just everything's different, you know. Nursing specialties require specific schooling. Not really. Some specialties don't want to take you without experience, and some will. Just depends on the location. RNs and LPNs do the same thing. I mean, there's a different scope of practice according to this article, and things can vary from state to state. So LPNs have some limitations, but they do a lot of the same things. Nurses can't work in other states with their current license. There's a compact state agreement, and most of the U.S. states, except for a handful, are compact, so you actually can do that. There are some that you cannot. I believe Alaska and Hawaii are an example of states that are not compact. Like, if you don't already have a nursing license in that state, you would have to obtain one. Okay. All nurses work 12-hour shifts. Many hospitals require 12-hour shifts, but then there's other types of nurses, like we talked before about case managers that could work a 9-to-5 job. Yuck. No offense. Nurses don't make good money. Nurses actually make competitive salary, especially when considering that you can become a nurse with an associate's or a bachelor's degree. Alright. Yeah, so I mean, it ranges from where you live. It also ranges from who your employer is and how many years of experience you have and what specialty you're in. And, you know, and then another thing about nursing is, like, there's almost always a need. So you can either get like a PRN job on the side, or you can pick up extra when you need it. You're not locked into, I work Monday through Friday 9 to 5, and I can't ever get any extra unless I give up like my weekends. Honestly, the working Monday through Friday 9 to 5 was the worst for me. It was terrible for me. Alright, that's that whole article. Excellent. Let me see if there's something else I can add before I end this video. I wanted to do a scratching video. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn that for a second. I don't know why the computer's being so silly. Let me see if I can get it to cooperate here. I don't think it's gonna let me cooperate. That's okay. itches. Okay, so I can show you before we head out. This is the remainder of my mocha iced coffee from today. That was my treat for making it to my training on time. And my excitement for getting a night off. Actually, 2 nights off. I'm off tomorrow night. And then I work Saturday night. And then I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that is vastly exciting. Was